Hey folks, Jordan here from Without Bounds, your spiritual and mindset coaches, here to heal, uplift, and empower you as always. Thank you for joining me today, guys. Come on in, let's get this started. I'm here to share with you some insights on one of the most perfect apps that I've been using lately, and one of my favorite thought leaders who's created it. Now, when I explain to you what this app has done for me, I want you to keep in context that this is about transforming yourself, about getting you out of your own head, and about giving you tools to master your mind, master your emotions, and give you a sense of relief over the things that carry you away inside yourself and in your life. So, the reason that I'm here today is to talk about Sam Harris's Waking Up course. Now, whatever opinions you have about Sam, if you've never heard of him, I would totally recommend checking him out. Sam is one of the Four Horsemen. They're a group of atheists. One unfortunately passed away, and they constitute a group of men who are kind of like, a little bit anti-religion. I'm not necessarily for everything that they espouse. But I do love watching their YouTube videos. I love watching Sam's podcast or listening to Sam's podcast. Sam is an author. He's a thought leader. He's an author of such bestsellers like Islam and the Future of Tolerance, co-authored by a wonderful, I guess you could call him a TV host, journalist, correspondent, Majid Nawaz, who unfortunately had a run-in recently where he was attacked by someone hateful who just, I guess, there's just a lot of hate out there, guys. So I'm not going to, change the tone of this video, but, prayers to Majid and hope he recovers. Sam's also written Free Will, which is a crazy heady book, which I recommend reading if you want to have your mind stretched on the concept of free will. Sam wrote The End of Faith and my favorite, Waking Up, which used to be the name of his podcast, which is now Making Sense. So check it out. Sam, again, he's a a powerful thought leader in the sense that he's engaging people on topics that truly stretch the imagination and stretch the mind, because if you're in a world where there's this whole left-right paradigm, he's able to pull away from all that and really give you an in-depth version of what it's like to think deeply about topics. And he gets so many different people to come on his podcast and talk with him about amazing things. But like I said, I'm here today to talk about his latest and new app called the Waking Up course. And it's different from everything Sam has done because, whereas he gets so mired and bogged down in the religious sphere and dealing with, his atheist perspective, and when he gets really caught up in the political quagmire of, the nature of politics, he really has detached from all that with this app and is giving you and his audience a chance to learn meditation at its core, just to learn what it is that meditation is about, what it is that it can do for you, and to guide you through a process of, one, beginning a meditative practice, and two, if you already have a meditative practice, advancing that practice. So it's really a tremendous experience to use this technology to advance the mind, to be using the device that steals the attention of so many people, and at times I'm victim of it, but to finally reclaim my attention with a beautiful app. Now, let's get it out in the open. I am not an affiliate with Sam Harris or this app. I am here today because with all my heart, I believe in the power that this app has to transform your mind, to give you tools to start meditating, and again to really advance yourself to that next level in your meditative practice. And what the app does is it introduces you to a 10-minute daily practice, just giving yourself, let what Sam says, drop everything that you have to do today for these 10 minutes. And of course, he's encouraging, he congratulates you, he thanks you for joining him on this daily journey. The app has 50 pre-recorded daily meditations that you go through first. And then once you cross that 50-day mark, you can then, of course you can do the 50 at whatever pace you want. I went day by day. And then once I crossed that 50 mark, Sam actually records a 10-minute daily meditation that he uploads daily. And it's really amazing how he's dedicated himself to this, and it gives you something fresh to keep your mental toes, keep you on your mental toes, so to speak. And my favorite aspect of the app is the timer and the minute count that the app has. So for instance, this particular day, the last minute count that I think I'm at is 6,480 minutes. So, broken down into hours, that's about 108 hours that I've logged on the app itself. And for me, that's just such a next level thing. I've meditated for years and haven't really, logged my practice or thought about how many hours I might have been meditating. But, with this app now, I have a way to directly keep track of that. Because, they say what's his name? Malcolm Gladwell and the 10,000 hours principle. And how you have to reach 10,000 hours if you're going to reach a certain level of mastery or expertise in a particular skill or subject. Not obviously the same for each subject and every discipline, but for me, crossing this 100-hour mark using this app, having the meditative practice that I do, this app allows me as a life coach, as a spiritual mentor and a spiritual coach, to completely immerse myself in the practice and to really give myself a sense of my own personal progress with meditation. Since I started using the app, I find that so many things have changed about my experiences and about just my day-to-day life and the way I relate to my emotions and the things going on in my head. And that's just with 100 freaking hours dedicated to this. And that's nothing. That is a drop in the water compared to what some of these other, advanced practitioners, who are over there in Tibet and over in India, my utmost respect goes to these people. And I appreciate what Sam is doing, because it gives, we here in America and around the world, a chance to start developing what it is that those people are capable of. And it's amazing. It really is such a blessing to have this app in my life. And, I love that the app has it has a timer. So even if a 10-minute meditation is too much for you, you can meditate as little as 1 minute. And the timer allows you to consistently add on more time if you decide that you want to do that. So for me, for instance, every week I'm adding a minute to my morning and nightly sessions. So I'm, slowly but surely increasing the volume of time that I spend in meditation. The goal this year is by the end to be spending at least 3 hours a day meditating. Now, sounds ambitious now, but you know what? It's my own dedication to the practice and to you as your spiritual mindset coach to, hold my feet to the fire, so to speak. And, for me, the app, again, has changed the way that I've started to experience my life. And, on my own, meditation helped me develop a level of calmness and maybe even detachment and certainly a level of reflection on my life. And that got me so far. But then the app has allowed me to start experiencing things way differently. Man, I stubbed my toe the other day, and I was able to, in the moment, have this open awareness and detachment and not label the stubbing of my toe, not label the intensity of the pain. And Sam teaches you in the app that the half-life of any experience, any negative experience especially, the minute that you can become mindful of it and have that open awareness, that half-life is decreased greatly. And I found in the moment, the pain that usually throbs, when you stub your toe, it just dissipated, evaporated, and it was like, whoa, this is cool. So then I start applying it to things like anxiety and anger, and finding that the half-life again is just cut in half, and I'm able to just let it go, to not be so caught up in it and get lost in it. Because what happens? You get anxious, you get angry, and you find that the rest of your day is polluted with that emotion, is driven by that and overwhelmed by it. And then with this app, with this training, I'm able to just let it go and not, if something happens at 9 a.m., I'm not at 9 p.m. still bogged down by it. I'm free of it. The energy is mine to do with what I want. I'm not going to use it to perpetuate my own suffering or the suffering of others. And, it's become more and more like a reflex where I'm able to just in the moment detach and in the moment become more openly aware and mindful. And I'm finding that I can carry this open awareness into each punctuated moment. So it's like, walk out the door, be mindful. Go to the gym, know that I'm going to work out, be mindful. Start talking to someone, be mindful. Like, just have this like a reflex kicking in, and it's transforming me, transforming my very perspective. This app, this ability to just track myself is incredible. And that's only just the meditation part. Then there's the course, the actual course, where Sam dives deep into the reasons to meditate. Why meditate? And then once you start meditating, being able to go deep on really heady and complex topics that have simple answers, like what is the self, or what is free will, or what is progress in meditation, what does it look like? And I've outlined some of what that progress looks like. But for you, what would it be like to quiet that story in your mind, to calm the thoughts that constantly stir up in your head, and to not be carried away by your emotions? What would that be like? What does that mean to you? Do you even think it's possible? Because I know for my own self that by having these tools, by having this mental resilience, the story is starting to stop, is starting to quiet, and I've crossed this line where I'm no longer carried away by what's going on in here, and finding that life is so much more enriched when you can just experience it without having to label it, without having to put a box around what this experience is, but just being. And I want you to think about, what is it that you could create if you got that mental energy back? What could you become if you had that mental energy back? Who could you serve? How could you live a better life if you had that energy back? What would it be like to actually think about things you want to think about, instead of letting the untrained mind, the monkey mind, take you on this path to the greater suffering. And at the end of the day, I truly believe that this app has the fortitude and the built-in structure to help you achieve the best for yourself. And as a life coach, I truly recommend this as a tool to help you begin your own personal transformation. Now, I've actually gifted half the payment for a subscription to my editor just because I wanted her to have access to these tools. Now, I know the price of the app is a little steep and it's going up, but Sam actually, forgive me, Sam, if people start flooding you with requests for this, but he actually will give you the app for free if you can't afford it. So I think the app is somewhere around $120 for the year. Then there's a monthly price that is broken down into, I think it's about $15 a month. The price of 3 coffees will get you the peace and calmness that you deserve. Or, just whatever it is that you might be, having a little bit of cash bleed out per month, if you can sacrifice that and give yourself a gift, I would choose this. So again, this is about Sam Harris and the Waking Up course. The Waking Up course, again, cannot begin to tell you how much it's done for me already by immersing myself in a meditative practice. And as always, comment below what it is you think about meditation. What is it that stops you from meditating? What has blocked you in your meditative practice? Do you need help? Ask. I'm here to help guide you to your own personal mastery, to help you develop the mental resilience and toughness that you're going to need to help you throughout your days and your life so that you can be a better person for yourself, a better person for the work that you do, a better person for the people in your lives. Because meditation will transform the way that you experience life and the way that you connect with others. And of course, the way you connect with yourself. So share this with anyone who you know needs some guidance with meditation, needs a tool to get better at meditation. And, as always, if you need help, please never hesitate to ask. Me and Jim, we are here to be of service to you. We are here to heal, uplift, and empower you, my friends. Thank you again. My name is Jordan, here with Without Bounds, and I look forward to helping you add color to your life. Take care.